Welcome to Chief Talk, the podcast where we dive headfirst into those messy, real-life dilemmas. Today we're tackling a tricky one. What to do when you suspect your friend's partner is, shall we say, less than faithful.
Ooh, juicy. This is a classic, right? The friend's significant other is getting a little too close to someone else and you're caught in the middle. Do you tell? Do you stay silent? It's a minefield.
Exactly. The article we're discussing lays it all out. The internal turmoil, the should I, shouldn't I. It starts with this scenario. You see the friend's partner being suspiciously chummy with another person, and bam, you're instantly a tangled ball of emotions.
Right? Anger, protectiveness, suddenly you're drafting their breakup speech in your head. Been there.
But the article makes a really good point about mental representation. Basically, what we consider inappropriate might be totally different for someone else, based on their own background and experiences. So maybe what looks like infidelity to us
Is just their weird way of being friendly? Yeah, I can see that. Some people are just naturally more touchy-feely, right?
Totally. And even if it's blatant like full-on kissing, the article argues our urge to expose the partner is more about our values than our friend's needs. We need to step back from our own judgment, you know? It's their relationship, their boundaries. It's that whole your mom thinks you're cold scenario, but applied to infidelity.
It's so true. It's like, who made us the relationship police? We mean well, obviously,
But sometimes the best way to help is to not help, or at least not intervene directly. The article talks about the importance of setting boundaries in friendships. Some friends share everything, some prefer to keep things separate, especially romantic relationships.
So how do you navigate that? How do you know where the line is?
Communication. Talk to your friend. Not necessarily about the suspected infidelity right away, but about boundaries in general. What are they comfortable sharing? What do they consider overstepping? You can even use hypothetical situations like, what would you do if you saw a friend's partner doing this?
Oh, that's smart. Kind of testing the waters without making it about them directly. So let's say you've talked to your friend and they've made it clear they value their privacy in relationships. What then? You just stay silent?
Yeah, it's tough, but you respect their wishes. And if they do ask you later, you can be honest and say, I saw something, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to know, given what you've said about privacy. It shows you respect their boundaries.
Okay, but what if it's the opposite? They want you to spill the tea? How do you do that without causing unnecessary drama?
The article suggests sticking to the facts, no embellishments. I saw this happen on this day. Avoid charged language. No, they're totally hooking up. Just present the observation and let your friend process it.
Right, no adding fuel to the fire. And after you've told them, you just step back again?
Exactly. Support them, whatever they decide to do. Don't judge their reaction, even if it's not what you expected. It's their relationship, their choice.
This is all such good advice and so relevant because it's not just about romantic relationships, is it? It's about boundaries in friendships in general, knowing when to speak up, when to listen, when to back off. It's about respecting each other's space and trusting them to make their own decisions even if we don't agree with them. It's about balancing that tricky line between caring and controlling.
So, we were talking about respecting boundaries in friendships, especially when it comes to sensitive issues, like a friend's partner maybe stepping out.
Right, and how tricky it can be to navigate those waters. This article, I Power, really hits on something crucial, this idea of respecting individual boundaries, not just in romantic relationships, but in friendships too.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to get caught up in our own sense of what's right and wrong, you know? We see something that rubs us the wrong way, and we instantly jump to conclusions.
Totally. We go into full-on fix-it mode, even if it's not our place. This I Power concept emphasizes respecting individuality. It's such a crucial point. What might be a deal breaker for one person might be totally normal for another.
Exactly. It's all about personal values and experiences. Like the article says, what we consider inappropriate might be totally fine within their relationship dynamic.
So then what? We just mind our own business?
Well, it's not always that simple, is it? Power talks about this too, the importance of communication. It's like, check in with your friend, talk about boundaries before things get messy. Power reminds us of that agency we all have.
Oh, I see. So not necessarily about that specific situation, but just generally, hey, what are you comfortable with me sharing? What's off limits? Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Power emphasizes open communication as a tool to really understand each other's boundaries. It's about understanding oneself and thus the other. And you can even use hypotheticals, you know? Test the waters without making it about their relationship specifically.
Right, right. Like, hey, what would you do in this situation? Sort of gauging their reaction without putting them on the spot.
Uh-huh. And once you know where they stand on sharing and boundaries, you respect it, even if you don't agree. I mean, easier said than done, I guess.
For sure. It's tough, but iPower really brings home this idea of self-awareness impacting relationships. It's their life, their relationship, their choice. We're there to support them, not to impose our own values.
Absolutely. And, you know, this applies to all kinds of friendships and situations, not just romantic ones. It's about being a good friend by, well, sometimes not doing anything. iPower uses this concept to strengthen ties, not weaken them. Respecting those boundaries, however different they may be from ours, is essential. It shows trust, builds stronger connections. I think that's ultimately what this all comes down to. That and open, clear communication.
It is. iPower is such a great reminder to respect those lines, to understand different relationship dynamics. It's all about that balance between caring and, well, interfering, isn't it? Knowing when to step in and when to step back. Great conversation today. Thanks for tuning in to Cheap Talk, everyone. And as always, remember to subscribe for more deep dives into life little dilemmas. We appreciate you all so, so much. Bye for now.